Hi everyone, this is Monica Wharton, Student Assistance Program Specialist from PUSD, and I wanted to spend just a few minutes talking about stress and anxiety and dealing with constant underlying stress. We know that, of course, we all experience stress from time to time, and not all stress is bad. For example, a little bit of stress before a big exam, for example, or a work project can really spur us into action and actually help us get prepared and do what we need to do, and maybe avoid procrastinating. So, a little bit of stress can definitely help us tackle things that we need to tackle. However, sometimes we deal with stress that is ongoing and that our body really doesn't benefit from. And so it's important when we think about stress to think about what are the things that trigger our stress response and or the stressors, and how does our body react to the stress. So for example, when we are under a lot of stress and our body is exhibiting symptoms like headaches or stomach aches, or we're experiencing sleeplessness, overeating, undereating, and other physical symptoms, that tells us that whatever our triggers are not healthy for us, and our body is responding in a way that's not healthy for us. So when we have ongoing stress and when we don't address it, it can really have some pretty adverse effects on our body and mind and overall well-being. So I think of coping with stress and dealing with stress in two different ways. One is to establish a really good self-care routine, or to put together a toolbox of self-care strategies to help maintain sort of ongoing mental and physical wellness. So things like getting good sleep, practicing good mind tools like relaxation, meditation, even progressive relaxation for our bodies, exercising regularly, things like journal writing or talking to someone, and that could be a good friend, your partner, a sibling, a teacher, a counselor, a therapist. All of those things are good things to put in practice for ongoing good self-care. However, sometimes in the moment, when we're feeling really anxious or really stressed, we need to really pick things that we can do in that very moment. And those I consider to be coping strategies or coping skills that we can implement right away. And these can be things like belly breathing or deep breathing, or counting backwards from 10, as a way to really sort of tackle the stress that you might be feeling in that very moment. It could also be taking a quick walk around the block, or leaving the situation that's causing stress. Or other grounding tools. For example, one of the tools that I like to use with students is where we look at the five senses. So look around the room and acknowledge 5 things that you see around you. Acknowledge 4 things that you can touch, 3 things that you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. And if you don't have anything that you can taste, you can also say something like 1 thing that you're grateful for. So those are some strategies that you can use right in the moment when you're feeling stressed or anxious and you just need to sort of come down from that feeling of dis-ease. And so along with these strategies, I wanted to share some resources which will include, and Miss Yu from Amador High School has included a wonderful video in which she addresses some great coping strategies for our students. So please check out those resources. You can also check out PUSD's wellness website for a lot of information and resources as well. Thank you.